Hi, this is Bob Gold, and this is the second video on how to use the SOPHE Knowledge Center. And today, with this video, we're going to take a look at a user Q&A component. But first, I'll ask that you log in again now that you're a registered user of the SOPHE Knowledge Center. So click on the login button, and you'll be brought to the login page. Put your username in and your password, and then click login. Before you do that though, just take a look at this. If you forget your password, you can recover it, and what will happen is your recovery password will be sent to the email address in your profile. That's why it's important to have an accurate email address in your profile. Alright, now that you've entered your username and password, click on login and you're brought back to the home page of the Knowledge Center. Now, just a few things here. In the upper right quadrant, it says Hello Our Gold, and it reminds me the last time I signed in, and it says that your last visits were, but since I haven't really had very many visits, I don't have any yet. But the most recent posts made to the Knowledge Center are listed here in this quadrant. And if I had done any work previously, I would probably also have some recommendations here based on some things other people like me have done. But today we're going to explore the user Q&A. So if you go to the menu item User Q&A and click on it, you are brought to a page that looks like this. The purpose of this component of the SOPHE Knowledge Center is for anyone who's a registered user to be able to post questions that they would like some expert opinion about. And what you will see is a list of questions. There's a couple of ways to navigate this page. One is on this post-year choice. If you're interested in all the questions that have ever been posted, you would choose all. If you're interested in questions that posted just in the current year, you would click on this one, but you can also get the posts from previous years. This next navigation item takes you to topic areas in the questions. Each of the questions are categorized by the content area that they are related to, and that categorization is done by the person who submits the question originally. You have choices, many choices for these topical areas, and you, if you post a new question, will choose which topical area you want to submit a new question in. But if you come and there's a long list of questions, and this question list will get longer over time as more and more SOPHE members use the SOPHE Knowledge Center. But if you're interested just in questions perhaps about environmental health promotion, you might click on that. And any questions that are specific to environmental health promotion would be the only ones that would remain. And so that's how these navigation choices exist. If you want to see some specific information about these things, all of these are brand new questions that have been submitted in 2013. What is here on the top line that is really a link is a topical area that the question is about. And if you click on that link, you'll be brought to a page where a full question might be posed. But right below that, in grayed out text, you'll see how the question was categorized, when it was posted, and who posted it. Next to that, you'll see how many people have submitted answers to this. This question has been submitted so recently that we don't have anyone who has responded to this yet. You as a registered user, if you see a question that you think you can add something to, you should click on that link, see what, if any, responses have already been submitted. And if you'd like to add something, you should do that. I'll show you how to do that in a few moments. But first I'd like to show you how to post a new question. Right here in the upper right hand portion of this area is a button with the phrase post new question. If you click on that, you'll be brought to a page that gives you a set of tools that you can use to post a new question. The first component is to choose the topical area that these will be coded by, so that when people are searching for specific questions, they will find questions relevant to their search. Now, I'm going to post a question that is about continuing education opportunities for health educators. And so I'm going to choose continuing education here. And then it asks you to add a title. And what this really is, it doesn't have to be the entire question, although you could put the question there. What this is just a few words that describe the nature of the question that you might be interested in. And so in this title, I'm going to put continuing education opportunities for health educators. Then in this area here below, it allows me to write some narrative and to ask a complete question. And in this case, what I'm going to do is ask a question about a new capability that SOPHE is providing its members. What I'm going to say is, I've heard, I better say heard, not heard, I've heard that SOPHE has a center for online resources and education. How do I find this resource? And that really is the question that I'd like to pose. I may actually pose multiple questions. I may say, not only how do I find this resource, but I may want to say, how do I find this resource and what can it do for me? But I'm going to leave it at this for now. You'll see that all of these tools here allow you to edit and add new characteristics in the text if you choose to. And when you're done, simply click the Submit button at the bottom. And when you click the Submit button, one thing you'll find is you're brought back to the main page, but the question you have just submitted is now the first one on the list. It's the top of the list. It turns out that here is how I coded it, continuing education. It was posted on May 10th at 11:25:26 by me, and there are no answers yet that have been posted in response to this. What I'm going to do now is actually go in and answer this question and show you what that process looks like. The process would be the same for any question that you're interested in searching for and responding to, or any question that you'd like to add. So I'm going to click on this link, Continuing Education Opportunities for Health Educators. And what I'll see is, here is the question as I typed it in. I've heard that SOPHE has a center for online resources and education. How do I find this resource? And now I'm going to add a response to that question. You're absolutely correct. SOPHE does have a valuable new resource that contains many materials, webinars, and related opportunities for continuing education. For some of them, you can also receive continuing education credits such as CHES credits. To get to this resource, you would, in a browser, go to the URL www.sophe.org/education.cfm. Now I've finished answering this, and what I'm going to do is click Submit. But before I do that, I want to show you something else that can be done. If I know what the URL is for any resource or anything in a question that I am answering, what I can do is I can actually create a link to that resource right here. There's a set of tools up here that allow you to add links. So I can insert or edit a URL link by clicking on this button right here. And so what I'm going to do is put in the URL here, www.sophe.org/education.cfm. And I am going to ask that when someone clicks on that link, it opens up a new window so that the SOPHE Knowledge Center is still open on their desktop, and that the SOPHE Center for Online Resources and Education doesn't replace it. Now if I click OK, you now see that this looks like a link, and when I submit this, this is what it would look like. This is an opportunity for me to view what I've done. And you'll see that this link is now live. So if I return to the question list, here's what it looks like. Continuing education opportunities for health educators. I click on that link. It brings me to the full question. And it also says that posted on May 10th, 2013, at this time, Robert Gold provided this answer. And if you want to get to this resource now, I can actually click directly on this, and it will open up a new window and take me directly to that resource. But you'll see that the SOPHE Knowledge Center is also still open. So that's how you use the user Q&A component of the SOPHE Knowledge Center. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.